Okay, so the next step is to start picking out different fonts that we might use. What we don't want to do is just go on in Photoshop and use one of the 20 texts that we always use, and out of those different fonts, you know, the same ones are reused and always chosen. So we really want to come up with some things that are our own. We're not going to draw our text in this project because the project is already pretty big enough, but we are going to research and look for a text that suits us, preferably demonstrating or implying one of our adjectives on our paper that hasn't been demonstrated by our original drawings, of which you should have 2 different sheets of abstract adjectives, shapes, and also your probably more figurative drawings that represent other things on your page. So after those 2 sheets of 4 each are done, we're going to start looking for the different fonts. There's tons and tons of websites that have different fonts on them, and we're going to go and visit some of them and pick out something that tries to imply one of our adjectives. Goes one of these ways, or maybe all of them. So as you can see, there's practically infinity text out there. We're going to find something that suits us. Alright, so the websites that you want to go to find those cool texts are cooltext.com. Also defont.com has probably my favorite place to go to. Under different genres, there's tons of different styles of fonts there. So if you're into sci-fi, check out the sci-fi genre. And if you feel that you're scary, then look at the scary text. Also, there's 1001 freefonts.com. So check all those out. And there's other ones too if you want to research a little bit more. I'm sure you can find more. So, as you can see here, if you take a look at this ditto, you can see that I even picked out font that, you know, felt strong or friendly or silly or outgoing. I tried to show those things in the fonts that I chose. Okay, so even fonts can tell more about you, and you really want to, like, without cramming your logo with 16 different factors, you want to make each thing representative of your traits, because the logo is supposed to be about you. And we want to use 4 fonts. First of all, you should probably write down the ones that you like and what websites they're on, because you're going to need to access them again later. But basically, you're creating a total of 4 thumbnails. This is one of them. A thumbnail is basically a small sketch that represents a possibility of one of our logos. It might not be the one that we choose because your first idea is rarely your best idea, but you're going to create 4 of them, and those 4 drawings are going to be a separate grade for your logo project. Each of my thumbnails is going to have something that shows one of my traits in an abstract form or line. It's also going to show something figurative that was also on my paper, and it's going to also have identification. Each of your logo thumbnails has to have those 3 things. So you're going to have a total of 4 completely different thumbnails, which means that my next thumbnail is not going to have an oval, it's not going to have a pencil, and it's not going to have this type of text, and hopefully it won't even have that nickname. Maybe the next one will be the Squirrel Man logo, or maybe the next one will be when I was in high school, if I played a sport, whatever my number was, that could be the identification part of that logo in a completely different text with a completely different shape and a completely different figurative drawing. It's also important that when you're drawing for your thumbnails, they're really your best work. If you have a figurative object in it or representative object, like, for example, if you were really into riding horses, you might want to draw a picture of the outline of a horse. You want to look on Google Images for these kinds of things because you want them to be well referenced and good. You don't want to just draw a stick figure horse.